Well, that 3-0 Wolves win was short-lived. Back to usual for Newcastle. A 3-2 defeat to Chelsea, which it's based off the scoreline. It sounds like a close game. It really wasn't. We were never in it at all. We were never once in that game. Right from the first minute, you could tell that we've got the bad version of Newcastle playing. Right, you can tell in the first 10 minutes of any Newcastle game how we are going to play. Right, like we'll start pressing in the first 2 minutes. Right, like we kept them in the corner, and you thought, oh, hold on, we might actually get something here. But no, some big bloody donkey up front for Chelsea in the name of Nicholas Jackson decided to get a goal and assist. I know he's not a Newcastle, but Nicholas Jackson, he is hopeless. He's rubbish. He's the only player I've seen get a goal and assist and still look a mediocre to crap player. Right? It's so frustrating. What the hell has happened to us? You couldn't write it. How we can beat Man City, PSG, not just beat PSG, like smash them about, right? And then kind of beat Chelsea. I know we beat them 4-1 earlier in the season, but I mean, come on. They had a better team then. They had a better team in November, December, whenever we played them, than they did last night. Yet last night, they smashed us about like we weren't even there. It was like 11 season ticket holders were on that pitch last night. Actually, no, 10 season ticket holders, right? Livermento, he was class. You can't slate him at all. He just had the living daylights kicked out of him for 90 minutes. So, but when he wasn't picking his shins up from the other side of the pitch, he was our only player who ever looked like they were going to do anything. I'm Murphy, actually. We'll give Murphy a bit of praise. Right, took his goal really well. Put a few good crosses in, Murphy. But again, if you don't give him the ball, what do you want him to do? Like, when we went forward, right, we never looked like we were going to score. Not once. I know we scored 2, right, but we didn't look like we were ever going to score. And I can't believe it. How the hell are we getting beat off that like some shit Chelsea team? Crap, absolutely crap. Right. Anyhow, right, he whinged on for weeks and weeks in December, saying, "Oh, when I get a full week's training with them, they'll be back to better. We'll be back to how we were last season, without the congested fixtures, without 2 games a week." He said we'd be back. Well, he lied about that, didn't he? We're actually playing worse now than what we did then. Right? So frustrating. Botman, I don't know what the hell has happened to Botman, but he needs a right foot up his arse. Because whether he's fully fit or not fully fit, I couldn't tell you. But my God, he needs to sort himself out and quick. Last season, we were like, oh, one of the best young defenders. Nice one. One of the best defenders in the league last season. Now he's just been pissed about by Nicholas Jackson and Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, who, by the way, isn't that good. You can slate away, right? Cole Palmer is not that good. He is an average footballer. Got a surprise for you on this one though, actually, just wasn't that. Got a live interview with Andy. There he is, all his glory, back from France. He probably would have done a better job than Andy Carroll. or whoever. Honestly, last night they were bloody hopeless, absolutely hopeless. Like, what do we need to do to win a game now? We have to score at least 3 or 4 goals a game to get a point. A point, right? Like, last season, one of the best defences in Europe, unbeatable, right? Now it's 4 goals minimum. Minimum, we have to score 3 to 4 goals to get a point. Because we could go 2-0 up, right? Let's say we went 2-0 up last night. Or Chelsea's not a great example, because if we went 2-0 up last night, we would have actually beat them, right? But hey, I don't get it. 3 or 4 goals a game to get a point. It's not on. It's really not on. Big questions for Eddie now. Like, if you do have to really think, is it him that's conceding? You've got to really think that's him who's like conceding us points now, right? Because it's his stupid bloody substitute that's like costing points. How the hell Longstaff played 90 minutes last night is beyond me. That is one of the worst performances I think I've ever seen. Hands down. It was bloody useless. Absolutely crap. Right. And then I don't even get started on Dubravka. I've said enough about him in the past. But last night, you thought Blackburn and Wolves, 2 really good games from Dubravka, and then last night back to himself, back to his normal self of arsing things up here, there, bloody everywhere. Right? There is no point in him stood between the white sticks. There really isn't, because if there's a shot on target, he's going to arse it up one way or another. Like, for the first goal, right? Cole Palmer has done some weak little volley across the floor, right? It's going in the corner, right? And Dubravka's nowhere to be seen. Nicholas Jackson gets a touch on it, knocks it bloody closer to Dubravka, and he's still nowhere near it. Absolutely hopeless. You can say what you want about Botman's clearance. Yeah, he didn't cover himself in glory over it, but that was because of Dubravka. It's Dubravka's fault. How anyone can say it's not Dubravka's fault? I'll put a picture about here, right? Dubravka has crouched down to pick the ball up. He's just not saying. Like, how the hell is Botman meant to know what you're gonna do if you're not gonna say anything? Because Dubravka was ready, done the right thing. Bloody tell him that you're gonna do it. Because then it's forced Botman into like, oh, Christ knows what Knacker Dan behind us is gonna do. So he's just tried to clear it as best as he could. Albeit it was a shocking clearance. I'll not hide away from that. But honestly, it was rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Hey, I know I keep going like so like off on tantrums. Right, back to Eddie Howe. Right, Eddie Howe. Right. He's took us to where we are now. Right. He was the one that got us Champions League football. Right. He's the one that got us to where we are. Another horse there. He's the one that got us to where we are, right? He got us Champions League football. He kept us up, right? Couldn't thank him enough, right? Couldn't thank him enough, right? Give him a statue. I don't care what you do, right? But the thought has got to be in the back of the owners' minds now, like, imagine telling Tonali in the summer, right, Sandro, where we are going to rip you out of your boyhood club, right, and for you to play Champions League football here as well, right? You're going to be the star. Yeah, the ban was unfortunate. Yeah, obviously you can't help that. But do you think we said, oh right, Sandro, you're going to play Champions League football this season, but you're going to finish 10th in the league. Do you really think Tonali has went, aye, sounds bloody brilliant, that does, can't wait? Or do you think they've told him Champions League football, right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying on that. Before I go off on some mad one. But it's just so disappointing. It is so disappointing. Honestly. They really do wind me up sometimes. They really do. But what can you do? Man City at the weekend next. That's always a bundle of joy going doing the Etihad. I just say keep scoring. Keep scoring, see what happens. Because there is not a hope in hell we come away with anything from that game. Absolutely jack. Absolute jack shit we get from that game. Absolutely nothing we're going to get from that Man City game. Right? There was absolutely no way in hell. If Botman and Shaw get bloody turned round by Mikhailo Mudryk, Nicholas Jackson and Cole Palmer, what the hell do you think is going to happen when it's Haaland, De Bruyne, Foden, Bernardo Silva is coming at them instead? I think I've said enough. I've got my pint across. I've released a bit of anger for you all to enjoy. If I had to pick a man of the match out of our lot, it would be Livermento, as I've already said. But even then, I think it's still generous, considering he actually done nothing in the second half. I could probably talk about this for another 20 minutes, half an hour, but I'll not. Just for you, I'll not. Right. So there will be a video for Man City after we get pummeled off them, which is brilliant. I've just seen a notification. Anthony Gordon out for 6 to 7 months, I'm saying. See you in the next one.